It's been an absolutely wild ride in the market this week. We're down 2% one day, up 2% the next day. Well, we basically ended the week kind of flat. But what I want to do today is take a look at the top 10 stocks over on Reddit, all Wall Street bets, and I'm going to give you a professional investor's opinion. So I am a professional investor competing in the US Investing Championship, and every single trade that I've taken in 2026 is linked in a spreadsheet down below. My entire trading plan linked in a Google Doc down below. You are more than welcome to go check them out and maybe start using them, because I am up 44.9% year to date in January. And every single one of the trades that I've taken that is shown in the spreadsheet above me is linked down below. And to make this even better, every single trade has been performed on YouTube live. Every single trade. You can actually go over to my channel, go to the playlist, and look for 2026 trades, and you'll see every single time that I put it on. So I encourage you to go do that. Now, let's take a look at these trades here, or at least these stocks. Let's look at Intel first. And where's Intel? Intel is right here. Intel's been on a rip-roaring ride. In fact, that buy signal came on January 6th. But before we get ahead of ourselves, right? Before we look at the stock, we need to back up and look at the sector. Before we look at the sector, we need to back up and look at the market, because I'm going to set a 10-minute timer, and that way we're going to get through all these stocks in just a few minutes together. So let's look first at the market. Well, the market is the SPY, and if we go into the SPY, we can see we actually have a sell signal in place. We do have a bullish trend. The 10 is over the 20 and price is over the 50. And even on this day right here, when I went live, and I go live twice a day, so be sure you subscribe so you don't miss any trades and you don't miss anything that I talk about, just like this. I said, don't get too concerned about this big nasty red candle. I said, if we see a recovery, a big beautiful green candle like this, we could still be in a bullish trend. And that's exactly what happened. Receipts are on YouTube. Now, had we not had this big candle right here, I don't know if it would have continued on. Mathematically speaking, we would have had the 10 EMA cross under the 20 EMA, price cross under the 50 EMA. That is how you determine a bullish or bearish trend. And right now, we are definitely in a bullish trend. So looking at that, we still have that sell signal in place. It came a couple days ago, right after the sell-off here. Because of that, that's a risk-off signal to me. So I'm not making any new trades right now. Everything that I've got on, I'm actually starting to peel off as I get exit signals and putting them back into cash. But I do have some trades on still, and I can show you those in a couple minutes too. Market breadth. Let's take a look at market breadth. Market breadth actually is looking really good still. More and more buy signals are coming through, and when this lights up green down here, that means we're getting more uptrends and less downtrends. So combining all that together lets us know where the market's at. Not quite set up, but pretty close. Next, let's go into the sector. So if we look at the sector is actually looking great. The fear and greed of the sector has bottomed and is starting to pull back up as of Friday when I'm recording this. And breadth of the sector is still crossed over. It's really, really, really close to crossing down bearishly, but it is still crossed over bullishly according to the numbers right there. Now, if we look at the stock itself, we have a bullish trend, a bullish signal, and the fear and greed is rising. Not sure why the outlier blocks is coming in red. Let's go ahead and double check on the chart over here on Intel. Where's Intel? Let me sort alphabetically. Here we go, Intel. Oh no. Oh no. We picked up on that outlier block right there. And what happened is 17% decline. Now, why do we care about this? Outlier blocks are areas on the chart that are known to be areas of significant support or resistance. And this is maybe the first time it's ever been tested here. January of 2022 is when this outlier block was created. And what happened the very first time Intel came up to this area? It is completely a coincidence, Chris. There's no possible way that this random spot on the chart would get absolutely monkey hammer back down. That's why when I go look to trade, and of course my trading plan is linked down below. When I go look to trade on my most aggressive plan, if there's an order block in our way at all whatsoever, I don't trade it. I don't trade it. So even though this is set up here with a buy signal, in fact, let me close a couple tabs here. Even though it's set up here with a buy signal, and it did run like gangbusters, when it runs up into an order block, you've got to understand there's additional risk associated with that, and it got monkey hammered. Now, I know it was earnings, but earnings coincidentally hitting it right at this monkey hammer, right at this outlier block, I don't know. Seems kind of sus to me. Maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. Let's keep going. Let's go to the next stock on Wall Street bets. We already talked about Intel. We already talked about SPY. How about silver? Silver's been on a huge run. Silver's now over $100 an ounce, if you can believe that. Spot silver price at the moment that I'm recording this is $102. $102. Now, SLV, which is the ETF that a lot of people trade for silver, a huge run. It's up at $93. Outliers buy signal came, good gravy, so far ago, back November 11th. So if we go over to this one, probably mark November 11th on here. Silver, since the buy signal came through, is in a monster run. In fact, from here to here, if I can click, come on, clicks. There we go. It only doubled. Jeepers creepers. Silver has doubled since that buy signal came through. I don't know. I feel like that buy signal would work. And in fact, that is a lot to do with our success in the outlier trading room as well. Again, every single trade that I take is made live here on YouTube. You can sign up for Outlier, the platform we're using, and it's literally 82 cents a day. Or just grab a free trial and see for yourself how well it works, right? We have so many success stories, and I am one of them. Every single one of these trades I've taken live on YouTube. And these are mostly in the material sector, which was governed by the moves in the metals this week. So silver has been on an outstanding run. Well, we can't talk about silver without talking about gold. Gold as well. Buy signal on January 6th. Hot dang, this is going crazy. Hot dang. Where was January 6th on here? Let's mark it. January 6th. Yeah. Rocket ships. January 6th. We're talking 10% up on gold ever since that buy signal's come through. So we've talked about silver. We've talked about gold. How about Nvidia? Let's talk about Nvidia. This is in the tech sector. It's tech sector bullish over here, but we have a sell signal on Nvidia. The trend is not great. The signal's not good. The fear and greed's getting worse. What's going on with Nvidia? Tell me down in the comments down below. What's going on with Nvidia? It did find a little support. Tell me order blocks don't work. Look at it bounce literally right at that order block right there. It's really fighting a sideways trend. And this is a stock that honestly, you don't have to buy when it's got a sell signal, when the fear and greed is going down and it's in a sideways trend like this, going back and forth, choppy times. You don't have to own Nvidia, right? We've got only 3 minutes to go. So I got to hustle through these. How about Micron? This is the stock you want to look at, right? Look at Micron's move right here. Look at Nvidia going sideways, doesn't know what it's doing. Look at Micron on a gangbusters run ever since December 24th, right? Everything is lit up green except for the market buy signal. And look at how greedy it's getting. This is the type of stock you want to look for. Now, I'm going to break your brain real quick. Are you ready? Professional investor at work here. Do not buy the dip because you don't know how far it's going to dip. But you do want to buy the rip because you don't know how high it's going to rip. Now, of course, somebody in the comments down below is going to be like, you're so stupid. You're not a professional investor. I'm so much smarter than you. By all means, let's compare our portfolios and see who's doing better. Okay. I'm buying stocks as they're crashing up, not as they're crashing down. And if you continue to buy stocks as they're crashing down, you're going to continue to wonder why you're failing at trading. Let's keep going. AMD. Buy signal came just a couple days ago, January 20th. AMD. January 20th, a huge move up. Let's see how far it's gone up. Man, 16%. But of course, it's inside this outlier block right here. So be careful. Be very, very careful. Now, you're probably asking yourself, how do I get those outlier blocks? Super easy. You go into our Discord after you become an outlier member. You can add this to your chart 100% for free. Who would even buy Microsoft? Why is anybody even talking about Microsoft? Micro slop, I should say, right? You probably heard we only got 2 minutes left. Micro slop is looking terrible. Good gravy. Look at this. Microsoft has been trending down for ages. Why would anyone want to buy this stock? Again, don't buy the dip because you don't know how far it's going to dip. Back to Micron, you should buy the rip because you don't know how high it's going to rip. There we go. Look at this. Not looking good whatsoever. How about Meta? Meta, Facebook stock. Again, another one, a sell signal. It's been dipping. But Chris, it's come back up. That's fine. Let it come back up. And when it starts to come back up, that's the time to get in. Buy strength and avoid weakness. How about Netflix? Another stock. Why would you want to buy Netflix here? Right? Why? But I'm going to buy Netflix because it's such a great price. It's such a great price. It's such a great price that's run the entire market cycle, right? Wouldn't you have been better off buying it when the 10, 20, 50, the outlier trend template's crossing up than when the trend template is crossing down? And in fact, avoiding the sell. I mean, I have to go back so far. When did that sell signal happen? Sell signal happened on October 23rd, right here. It has been trending down for months at this point. And you want to be the savior of Netflix and say, oh, it has to go up from here. Don't buy the dip because you don't know how far it's going to dip. You want to buy the rip because you don't know how high it's going to rip. Point taken right here, just on Netflix. Prove me wrong in the comments. Go ahead. I dare you. Prove me wrong in the comments, because you and I both know that that's not going to happen. Let's keep going. How about SoFi? SoFi's not on the list over here, Chris. Why are you even talking about it? Because we have the most passionate investors I've ever seen on SoFi, and it's been struggling. It's been going back and forth for a hot minute on sell signal the whole time. SoFi is just really struggling here. And in fact, if we go to the SoFi chart, you SoFi bros are going to hate what I'm about to say, but this is a bearish trend. Remember how Netflix, I'm not going to make it in time. I only have 28 seconds. No. Remember how Netflix ran the market cycle? This is stage 1, consolidation. Stage 2, the big uptrend. Stage 3 is when the moving averages start crossing back over. Look. See right here how they're one direction. Over here, how they're crossing back over, and then how they cross down. Stage 1, 2, 3, 4. That is real. It does happen. SoFi, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. What's left to happen? Stage 2, ripping to the moon, baby. Oh man, we're out of time, but that's okay. Let's keep going. To the moon for SoFi, right? I don't know. I'm not buying it. You buy it with your money, but I wouldn't buy it with your money. I'll put it that way. How about Robinhood? How's the hood looking over here? Oh, very similar. Stage 1, 2, 3, and looking at stage 4 happening right now. You don't have to buy these stocks, okay? There is no reason, even though it's gone up in the past, that does not mean it will continue to go up in the future. Be aware of what is happening so you don't blow up your account. How about Tesla? I am a Tesla owner. I own a Model Y Performance. It's amazing. But that doesn't mean it's the best time to buy Tesla stock. In fact, it's still sitting on a sell signal and has been really struggling lately. And lastly, Palantir. Now, I know this was a lot of people's darling stock, Palantir. Let's go to Palantir real quick. People loved Palantir. Again, for the reason that it was trending up. Again, for the reason that everybody feels like a genius in the bull market. If you're the genius still holding it as it's trending down, it may hurt for a while. It may hurt for a long while because we don't know how far down it's going to go, just like we don't know how high up it's going to go. I hope that this shifted your mindset because I want you to be a successful trader. Everything that we do with one goal to help you save time, make money, and start winning with less risk. That's why we provide the entirety of every trade that I put on in the US Investing Championship for 2026. And it's January 23rd when I'm recording this, and I'm up 45% for the year. You have no excuses anymore. Click the links down below to get access to my PowerPoint, get access to the Google Sheet. There's no paywall, okay? No paywall. It's this exact thing. No paywall whatsoever. No email whatsoever. No masterclass BS. No, oh, my good stuff's only when you upgrade. No. Everything is included in Outlier at 82 cents a day, or just grab a free trial. And if you're ready to save time, make money, and start winning with less risk, click one of these 2 videos. Have a fantastic day. Stay warm. We'll definitely talk soon.